cry, I apologize, it's really time. Yeah. Thomas Jackson. Yeah. Bounce. Yeah.
Welcome back, guys. We are going to be going into the second map of Imperial versus Impossible. Has a nice little ring to it, doesn't it? Imperial pretty much dominating the first map, at least in terms of scoreline, but a lot of close rounds made the game a little bit more interesting towards the beginning. We need to see a big turnaround from Impossible in this matchup. Obviously, the first map did not go their way, and it was their choice as well. So you do have to worry a little bit in terms of how they're going to be doing on this second one. Not really expecting a huge amount from them at the moment, but maybe they can show off a little bit more of their talent. A knife round. If anything, it might be better for them to start over on that T side. So I'm sort of expecting a decent T side to come out from Imperial on this map at least. Not going to happen though, unless Imperial make the choice themselves. Yeah, first map score was 16-6. And, yeah, looking like Imperial are just going to stay. So they'll stick to that CT side, get themselves that start. Which, again, I think could be better for Impossible. I think getting off onto a strong T side could prove wonderful for them. Because a lot of the time, it's the aggression of Imperial on the T side that actually brings home a lot of what we see. Obviously, they are going to be over on the CT side of their map choice. A map that's been going pretty well for them as of recent. I would say maybe even their best map. Especially considering Mirage hasn't been going too well. Train's up there as well, but I'd at least statistically go with this one. Full armor across the board, though, for the CT side. Not investing into utility whatsoever. No kit, no smokes, no nothing. Whereas we do see one smoke available, just thrown out, actually into middle from the T side. A couple of flashbangs to go with it. Looking like they're just going to waterfall out of the apartments. Attempt to get that bomb down over towards the side, but already Dreamer is going to spot them. The rest of the players going to come running in. Dreamer probably going to get taken down, but actually, he gets two more himself. He drops the bomb in the apps. He's looking for that ace. Already gets four. The rest of his team looking like they're going to dodge around. And Dreamer, how else do you start a game? Ace on the pistol round. Magnificent stuff. And Imperial off to a flying start. How do you respond to that? Genuinely, how do you respond to that? Start of the game going absolutely magnificently, at least for one player. Dreamer, that is. Gonna see him buy up a rifle. Rest of his team didn't get any kills behind them. Still gonna invest into utility, a couple of FAMASes, UMPs. Plaz not investing into armor, so again, looking like he's going to try and save up for that AWP. I wonder if he has actually dropped that deagle, because they didn't do any damage in the previous round. Push is going to be coming out onto this A site once again. Nice crossfire. Schmetter holding. Well, he's got the rifle of Dreamer to back him up. A lot of damage being done onto Bubble, though. Got to be a little bit careful, but the crossfire is just making things so difficult at the moment. For this T side, going to go running in. Actually, they will get a couple of kills, at least making things a little bit more costly. Yeah, I think they need to do well on the T side if they're going to have any sort of hope. That's the big problem I have for them at the moment. Plaz actually going to be able to afford a deagle, which I think actually is a bit of a blunder if he wants to get that AWP. Clearly a decision not to get one now. Block up mid for Sviat. Not really sure how he gets away with that one. Low damage is being done. Okay, there's the extra 300. I think that could be the difference between him getting an AWP and not. So that one kill gives him the exact amount of money to buy an AWP with Kevlar if he so desires it. But I'm guessing he won't, because otherwise he wouldn't have bought the deagle in the first place. It's Schmetter. Yeah, I know, but it's horrible. Shimeta is just not a nice name to say. Shmeta's easier. I'll try and change. I'll try my best, but I'm not promising anything. Shmeta sounds cool. It doesn't shmatter what you guys think. Yeah, no, but I'm not actually a big fan of the AWP on T side. I think it's only really worth going for if you're countering another AWP. So if an AWP is sort of running riot around, then picking up another AWP as a counter can work wonderfully. CT side. Playing quite passively in this round, not really taking any control. Now, they have the utility if they want to go for those deep banana smokes, try and take the control of it, take that portion of the map away from the Ts, they can. But they've decided not to. In fact, the same can be said over towards A. The most aggressive player at the moment will be Bubble. He's been smoked off. Just going to go for a bit of spam through the smoke. Thank you, Pavlos. Appreciate it. Shimeta. Going to be the one holding alongside Dreamer. All four. Krekker able to find that one. Spy Leader in a decent spot, and Sviat just not even aware there could be anybody. Look how low they all are. They've been whittled away. However, they're going to make a smart decision. Rotation back. Victor, you better get your running shoes on. He's got to try and deny anything from this push. But the Molotov is going to be perfect. They can't run through it. They do not have the HP to actually go running. But now, the smoke going down. This could be even smarter. Dreamer now going to be baited into a rotation. Has to be careful because he's going to spot out one, but they're all so low. Almost managing to shut things out. In fact, he's won it. He's won it just by that kill. The bomb not going to be able to go down. Ins just looking to survive in this situation and just about manages it. But he's not going to get any loss bonus. So if anything, they may have to force buy. It's a decision for Impossible, really, because they can force buy into this one, or they can use the 3-400. In fact, with 3-400 loss bonus, he'll have 4,000 anyway. So it's not too much of a problem. It's just as if he sort of forced it anyway. Either way, CT side looking very good so far. Haven't made up a huge amount of money as of yet, but it's getting there. Great opportunity in this round to do further damage again as, well, T side don't really have much to play. But the 1 AK could catch him off guard a little bit, but they should expect it. He's going to be peeking. He can't quite find that first kill. Unfortunate, so much damage done onto Victor, only 2 HP available. Crawling around on his last legs. The app with a little bit of bouncing, a little bit of bunny hopping, able to find the rifle. Now I would prefer if he handed that over to one of the armored players, but they're both going to be pushing over towards this A site. Means Twilight, Dizziness, Stunning. Okay. Didn't know that. Interesting. We'll see. We'll see if he'll be any of those things. I'm not sure how something can be called Dizziness and... So it's sort of like, a little bit like Dazed. Like where the stars come up above your eyes. Push going to be coming in. All of the players at once over towards A. Dream are going to be spamming Bubble there to help. The crossfire working perfectly. Mena does work as well. And we'll clutch down the remaining 2. Or crush the remaining 2 even. It wasn't much of a clutch as he's the only one left. There were plenty of players behind him. And a flawless round as well. Even when there was an AK in the hands. Means it's going to be wonderful for the economy. CT side. Still not playing overly aggressive over towards this banana position just yet. Just sitting right towards the top. Means that control... Yes, like the streamer dazed. Not where he got the word from. The actual word dazed. How do you come back from this? To be honest, it's not too bad at the moment. The money hasn't got too ridiculous over on the CT side, and they've been finding a few entries. Akimov, in fact, going to be looking for one right now, but can't quite manage to get himself the first. Even if they only get 6 or 7 rounds, it's still possible over on the CT side. Bubble, however, with the opener. And I do feel like Impossible need to get on the board soon. If they let this get too far out of control, well, we know how Imperial work with momentum. We saw how close the beginning of the last game was, and by the end scoreline, it was like that was such a distant past. So definitely need to see a step up soon. I'm gonna go peeking out, trying to watch both sides at once. Actually, 2 players over towards the arch side. It just means the bubble's going to be a little bit more of a surprise factor. And I really like this crossfire, actually. Shimeda just so perfectly placed. And they're just crushing them at the moment. This isn't even a competition. This is like me trying to play Michael Jordan at basketball. One person is going to win this. And it's not going to be me. Ins. Watch out, Spy Leader. A little bit slow with the reaction there. Not sure what was going on. So they will at least drop one. It's 6-0. And, well, last few rounds haven't even looked close. P-side once again. Struggling to get much on the board. They're going to invest into some pistols. Maybe it will be time to get that AWP on the board. Yeah, I agree. Scoreline-wise, it's not so crucial they get rounds on the board, because even if they got 5 or 6, it would be good. But just in terms of mentality, they need to be on the board soon, and they're just getting wrecked. Spy Leader starting things off. Push going to be coming back in to try and trade something back here, but being alone is going to be very, very difficult in this scenario for Cracker to really do anything. He's more just trying to sell a little bit of a fake, possibly. Make a bit of noise, catch someone out on the rotation. But at the moment, there's not really that much of a reason to rotate. They've already got 4 players there. East side are going to be making their way forward. Akimov getting away with these timing moves at the moment. Positioning from Bubble. Victor actually going to find the lurker on the other side of the map as well. And Spy Leader just holding to shut down any players as they try to push through the arch. Just smart decisions being made at the moment from Imperial. Every single player alive once again. And yeah, to be honest, I don't mind teams not using the AWP on Inferno. I think if you've got a dedicated AWPer, it's fine. But other than that, I don't think that it's really necessary. Plaz is actually going to bring one in, but it's understandable as they haven't been finding any picks. In fact, they have barely any kills whatsoever. Look at this aggression. This is the BM play. This is just taking the fight to their opposition. It may not work. Dreamer actually going to kill his teammate, but still gets a kill back in return. They're trying to actually trap him in, but he's still doing so much work. How is he getting away with this? They know exactly where he is, and he's still able to take down 3 players. Give it into a 3 versus 2. Make that a 3 versus 1, as now Shimeda wants a little bit more of the action. Leaves Plaz just wondering what just happened. These are the sort of old Fnatic plays where JW used to just do something ridiculous and just almost, well, yeah, just bad manners. Just take the fight to their opponent and crush them before they can even think about what they want to do. Dream is currently 14-1. Madness. The fact that he survived that is absolutely insane. It should never happen. He's also going to use this fountain spot, which is very difficult to see the person on your first look. Like, the first person who runs past this corner almost definitely dies. We'll see from Plaz's position if he can actually spot out Dreamer, if he'll see him as he goes around the corner. Well, not if he looks in the air. Definitely not if he looks in the air. But either way, 8-0. Shimeda, I think, actually drops his gun at the end of that round. Not really sure what was going on there. They're just going to stick with flat rifles. The way I look at it, Imperial, if it isn't broke, you don't have to fix it. Now, we did see earlier today, similar scenario. North Academy, 8-0 up. The match finished 16-14. So it can be done. It can be brought back. especially if we see them getting this cocky. CT side this round going to be a little bit more passive in their play. But the thing is, they've put that fear into Impossible's hearts. They've let them know that at any moment we could just run down middle and ruin your day. Peak could be coming out. Missed shot from Plasno that lets them know the AWP is in the hands of this T side. It's unlikely they'll be taking any more aggressive peaks like that. I say that though, and Spy Leader's still watching the angle in the exact same spot. Smoke out. It's all part of a ruse by the looks of things, although the bomb's actually going to go rotating back towards this B side. I'm not really sure what that smoke was meant to achieve, because it's too early to really catch anyone off guard. If anything, it's just a waste of a grenade. Molotov getting ready. Again, smart from Spy Leader, just trying to bait them out. Pick will come in. They're trying to pull them over to the other side, but it's just not going to be happening. And they're just slowing down this push so much at the moment. Nade's going to go out. Another Molotov in. They have to go running through it to try and get anything done. Flashbang slowing them down even more. They've got to find these picks as well. Victor just going to be waiting, but Spy Leader already finding one in the cross, doing a lot of damage himself, and then Victor just waits for the last second to go for this peak. So smart. Baiting them into the site. And now 9-0. I don't even know what I can suggest for Impossible at this point. They've had map control. They've had a 4v2. They had a... Well, that's even worse. They had a 4v2 going onto that site. They only managed to kill one. How? That's not even effective trading. Like, if you're losing 4-1, that makes absolutely no sense. What they had on Mirage is now gone. Like, they're not even just doing the basics of Counter-Strike. T-side. They've got to be feeling demoralized at this point. Looking to try and find something with the Deeg. Majority of players this round, at least, will be gathering up over towards A. Meta in a decent spot. Cracker. Just pretty much just suiciding that round. Just running straight in without checking anything. I'll be honest, Disco, at this rate, they're only going to need one round on their T side, and if that one round is the pistol, then I don't think they're picking up an AWP. It just... I don't even know if they'll get that far. For starters, we need to see the T side on this half actually win a round. Double AWP setup on the T side. Now this I definitely don't agree with. This is what you call the we've run out of ideas and don't know what to do by. Yeah, if something goes wrong, maybe we'll see it. Nice shot from Inns. We'll be able to get them the first pick. Pushing it on, and if this works, I'm just going to be unhappy. Somehow this double AWP setup on the T side is working. Cracker through the gap in the smoke. I think that may actually be down to the glitch of the Molotov sort of giving you a peek. I have no idea how this works. I think it's more just the aggressive peaks coming out from Imperial. The next round, they'll probably just sit passively, and this double AWP setup is going to become a much more difficult prospect. We'll see, though. If Impossible can get to 5, then maybe they can actually bring something back here. Spy Leader may as well try and do some damage. Make things costly. Already finding one. If he drops 1 or 2 more players, then this would actually be a successful after-plant position for him. He's just going to come waiting. They're going to peek. Cracker will take his head off. Nice round from him, getting himself 3 kills. But at the moment, even after that round, Dreamer has more kills than all of them combined. 16 versus 17. I don't actually know what he's saying, so I can't really ban him. B-side looking to try and take this challenge. Bubble has picked up the AWP. Feeling a change was needed. He will get that first pick, but actually they're just going to go rotating in now. Straight onto this A site, getting that push going. Nice flashbang out, but Cracker's still going to be able to find the entry. Rotation already in from the CT side. They've got 2 players going. Shumeda going to go for the smoke, but actually loses the duel as well. And maybe finally some life has been brought to this T side. However, back to a 2 versus 2. This will give a chance for Victor to get himself back in. Victor on the edge of the smoke. Both players, in fact, going to be coming through this angle, and that's just risky. They may not expect the second, though. Player's going to be waiting, and he hits the shot as well. Second round in a row now for this T side. As said, if they can get to 5. Maybe there's a possibility. Back to just straight rifles for Imperial. They've decided the AWP is not going to be working. They actually leave an AK in spawn. What is this? That's a waste of money. Money they don't really have to waste either. Bubble going to be playing up close this time. Flashbang will force him back. They've switched up their setup a little bit. Men are going to start, but it's, again, it just seems to be one man, and Cracker actually turning the tide in some of these rounds. However, he is gone. App's going to be the push, and this could actually catch Bubble out if he's not careful. Nice shot from Inns as well. That's the B site completely fallen as well. Bubble. Just going to gamble. They're just sticking over towards this side at the moment. Spy Leader will be the one to rotate. Smoker's missed its mark as well. Although there'll be a trade on the other side of the map. Has to be a long retrieval of the bomb. CT side completely unaware of where this push is going to be coming in. I think the smoke gave away the spot where Inns previously was, but looks like he's going to be rotating over towards A, hoping that he's bamboozled his opposition. 40 seconds left. Going to be rotating, and, well, Dreamer, he just stays here. Oh, no. Ooh, peeks out, spots his opponent. That's going to call for the rotation. But now, actually, he's going to go back towards B. Running all the way back around, and Spy Leader is going to finally realize, okay, I'm in the wrong spot. Gone all the way back around. They've been baited by the spot over on that site, and Inns is going to be able to get himself a comfortable plant. There's nobody here. The second they hear this, the rotation will come in. 2 versus 1. Inns looking to try to save this round, but also give his team a chance, and goes for a no-scope round the corner. Not going to be hitting that shot. AWP going to be saved as well for Bubble. And that'll be an 11th round for Imperial. T-side will just about be able to force into this one. Yeah, I'm not too surprised, Flux, to be honest. They're very good at the T-side. AWP onto Bubble. We'll get to see what he can do. Gonna go for this mid-peak. There's not going to be any sort of counter for him. Flashbang out. Double flashbang, in fact, from the T-side as well. Smoke gonna go in, just to try and deny any further pushes. Banana control gonna go completely the way of this T side. Now with an aggressive push in this direction, could be able to find only the 2 defending players. They're actually going to slow things right down. They've still got AKs on the majority of players at least. Akimov trying to be a little bit sneaky, waiting for this smoke to fade. Now they're going to pounce. Molotov going to be a little bit late, and it means they'll be able to cross, but Victor's still going to be finding the first. They don't know. There's actually a player behind them, but somehow Spy Leader gets out of there alive, even takes one with the Molotov, goes for the push as well. He's got himself 3 kills already in this round, and now there's only 1 left. Sviat, again, has to try and save this for his team. The money is absolutely screwed. And the bomb is in the hands of the CT side. He's got 40 seconds to make his move. Saving in this situation, well, it'll pretty much give him an identical buy. But actually now, I would quite like to see him run away. If he can manage it, it'll be worth it. Because AK and armor is better than what he can probably expect to get. Never mind, Spy Leader will finish him off. Now the money, well, Cracker will have an AK. The rest of the team are going to be struggling. Pistols, maybe a UMP if they so want it. But other than that, yeah, pretty bleak situation. 12 and 2. Auto sniper. Given over to Bubble. He's had enough of the AWP, so he'll pick up a different scope weapon instead. Flash gonna be going through. Oh, this spot is dirty. This is just mean. The auto sniper just lines them up. There's the bomb. They'll just keep running. Here you go, Bubble. Have some more kills. We heard you like the auto sniper. Why not make it 4? Of course, because the other 3 weren't enough. Bubble sitting on the ace. They're going to cook the bodies of their opponents, all lying in the same place. It's almost as if you shouldn't run into an auto sniper. Ins. If you want my opinion on how I think this round is going to go, there it is. He's got 6 kills total. He needs 11. And he's going to get 0. 13 and 2. Dominating performance. A little bit of hope. A little shining glimmer brought in by these 2 rounds. But if the pistol goes the other way, then this game is done. Pistol absolutely crucial for Impossible in this one. Haven't seen anything of them in the Hellcase Cup. Thank you, Chris Markov. I appreciate it. I'll be doing pretty much the whole Hellcase Cup if I can. Don't see why not. Although this heat may actually change my mind, because I might be a ball of glue by the end. Bubble starts things off. Pistol kill onto Sviat, going aggressive in middle. CT side looking to find something back, but Spy Leader just going to pick them apart. As said, this round is crucial if they're going to have any chance of survival, but at this point, surely you just have to be tilted. Plaz at 1 and 2. Hello, maybe there's the shining knight in armor. Looking to ride in on his noble steed and save, well, his team. Not so much a maiden, but his team. Flashbang out, already pushing in. Shimeda. Well, it looks like the bad guys are going to win in this scenario. The noble knight. Dead. The Dark Prince standing. And this is almost mean. They're rotating everybody off. And then the bomb is just going to go down on A. They've been fully bamboozled, fully confused. I'll be honest with you, Disco. I don't think we're seeing it all. Dreamer. Going to be killing the final player. Next round could be a sort of last-ditch effort now for Impossible. They want to try and break things back when the economy's not going to be too good. 14 and 2. Able to get Sviat on at least a UMP with some armor. He's got 3 kills total, though. The fact is, nobody's even hit double digits. Victor's only died 7 times. He's got 8 kills. Dreamer going for the record we saw earlier. 27 and 3 was the highest number we saw. He's already going to get up to 21. A 7 KD, but he will fall, and that is ruined. Actually, the CT side doing an awful lot in this round. Maybe there is that shining bit of hope. Already looking to turn the tide. Bubble picking up the AK. Back into what is a 3 versus 2. A little bit of aggression coming down Banana as well, which could look to catch him from the back lines, but it looks like Shimeda is aware. He'll be waiting. The Deagle probably has the advantage in this range at the moment. However, they're going to be losing players left, right, and center. It's all onto Ins. If he drops this player, there's a little bit of hope, but he's down to just 11 HP. Bomb is going to be going down. Now, the players are low. With that Deagle, it would only take a chest shot to actually finish them both off. He doesn't have a kit, however, so he's got 30 seconds to play with. Probably down to just 20 the time that I've been talking. Trying to clear out these angles. Now he's expecting somebody to be on the side. It's not going to happen. Bubble there to save the day for his team as he will get 3 kills in a round that looked bleak. And well, again, it's just going to have to be a full force in from this CT side. Last round, potentially, unless they can pull something off. Mac 10 for Spy Leader. UMP for Shimeta. It's going to be AKs on the remainder of the players. Deagles once again. Smoke going to be thrown to the bottom. Problem is, Controller Banana has already gone the other way. They're just going to be looking for this push. Shots out, but it will be Spy Leader to start things off. And they can just go barreling onto this B side. There's nobody else here. They gambled over towards A. And instead, this is impossible. No pun intended, but there's no way they're coming back in this situation. AK will be picked up from Cracker, which gives them a little bit more of a chance, but it's so difficult to actually retake this site. They have been given a little bit of extra time.